Okay, so I'm driving to you, and let me tell you, I need a promise from you. If God forbid we go through a path, and we get disconnected, they have given us their word that they will not do anything, and we will get reconnected. And you guys stay on live feed and don't
just keep talking.
I need you guys to just stay calm with me.
Their word means nothing as long as they're standing out in front of us here.
But right now there's a light being shined on them, okay? A lot of people are watching. That does make a difference because there's a light.
Okay.
Well, why can't they back up and wait till you guys get here?
Well,
but they won't allow you in the refuge. But they won't allow you in the refuge.
Don't say that. Don't say that yet. You can't say that.
He's told me that repeatedly. They will not leave, and nobody is coming in the refuge. We have to walk out with our hands up and our guns down.
Okay. Well, maybe we just need to work on. We just need to work on that a little bit, and we're working on it. So I don't want you to take their word as gospel. I want you to take God's word as gospel, right?
Yep.
I mean, look where we are. I'm here. We're together. I'm coming to you. We're alive, right?
So far.
Right? So, and we're going to keep it that way. We're going.
And in order to stay alive, I have to submit and be a slave.
No.
Remember Braveheart? No. Braveheart took it to the end even when they tortured him because he believed so strongly and what he was doing was right through God. So you're asking me to give up on what God has told me.
I'm not asking you to give up anything. What I'm asking you to do is continue to let people know what's wrong and to continue to exercise your freedom of speech as you are. I'm not asking you to give up. The world is listening to you. Do you know that? I mean, how many are we up to? Like 65,000 people are on right now.
They got Pete Santilli in jail, and they won't even let him out. And he's a reporter. They're screwing his First Amendment right over.
Let me tell you, we've got the ACLU involved. It's again, I'm going to...
Hey, if this was Black Lives Matter, ACLU would be here.
Okay, ACLU is involved. I will tell you that right now. ACLU is involved with Pete Santilli. Where are they? Because of the freedom of the press. So, okay, there's a lot of folks out here. See, you guys are on the inside, and you don't see what's happening on the outside. But a lot is happening on the outside. A lot. And you have a lot of Americans watching. And let me tell you another thing. You want to know another thing? All of the people in Oregon and all of the ranchers and all of the lives that you guys have touched, they don't want us to
Michelle,
leave this. Yes.
Michelle, they're telling us that all the militia abandoned us.
Just ignore them.
They're lying.
Just ignore them.
They're not saying that. Are they saying that?
Yes,
absolutely.
They just said that. They just said that.
Just, you know what? They're just like the trolls on the internet, guys. They're just
to put
wicked.
our lives in their hands.
Okay, listen to me. They are not telling you the truth. They are paying. If that is coming out of someone's mouth, you guys are much smarter than that. You know that it's psychological games that they're trying to play. And don't
exactly, but we're just telling you what they're saying.
Okay. Well, you know what? Ignore them. I think maybe some of their emails are getting.
I mean, we know better.
Okay, so listen, that's exactly right. There's 175,000 people that like Ammon's on these tapes. So there's a lot of folks. They didn't dislike it. They liked it. And those people are going to come to the courts. And those people are going to fight. You have no idea. You guys,
there's a car right there. Up on it. There's more cars coming in right now.
Okay, there's more.
Okay, just breathe. Just
so
breathe.
they let somebody in the refuge.
Okay.
They let somebody in.
Hang on. Hey. There's more. Wait. Whoa. Hang on.
It's a militia.
Hang on. Listen. Hang on. What do you see? I need to know what you see. Tell me what you see.
We saw one vehicle come on. Two vehicles come in on the road.
From the west. From the west. These other ones came in on the east. They broke through the barricade.
Probably more snipers.
Okay, how far?
That means we broke They broke through our other barricade as well.
Listen to me. Listen to me. You guys are live feed, and so listen to me. So we're getting the bend. Okay. So burns. Okay, we're just driving. Sorry, we're making sure we're on the right path and speeding. So, okay. So again, as long as they're not getting close, and I just need you guys to keep me abreast of the situation. What's happening?
Michelle, listen.
Mark just told me that Reverend Graham and Michelle will not be allowed to come on the refuge. And I talked to Franklin Graham on the phone, and he said they promised him that he'd be able to come in here and walk us out tomorrow morning at 7. So now they're lying to somebody here. They're not going to allow anyone here.
You need to get that guy.
You know, guys, he's just trying to goad you to get aggressive is all he's doing. So
okay,
just ignore him.
Listen to me. They are lying. And there's a delay in communication. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so this is the problem. Your communication, you want to hear something funny? Okay, this is really ridiculous. Your communication is instant and on cue. Okay, your communication with the world is instant. Their communication is delayed. They're going through texting and calling, and they do not have what we have. That's pretty ridiculous. Okay, here's the situation.
They're going to kill us because of these ranchers. That's what they're using for an excuse. It's time to let the ranchers get back to work.
Okay.
They're not going to be working here in the dark.
Okay. So who is saying that? Okay.
Mark.
You know what?
From
The
the
FBI.
FBI.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
If they start shooting at us, then what do you have?
All right. Yep.
Listen, we are on our way, and the FBI and who we're consulting with the FBI knows we're on our way. So
They'll kill us before you get there.
You guys, listen, they're not going to kill you before I get there. Okay, period. They're not going to kill anybody because you're live streaming. They're not going to kill you before you get there. Okay? We're on our way, and they're not going to.
I don't believe it.
Before I get there. Well, you know what? I need you to have faith in me. I didn't fly all this way to save your tuckishes for you not to have faith in me. Right?
It's not faith in you, ma'am. It's faith in them.
We need a prayer. Okay? Because we're coming.
Well, okay, and Mark's going to interrupt, just so you know.
Okay, hey, you know what? How about we read a little out of the Psalms, guys?
How about we what?
How about we read the Psalms just for a moment, okay? Can we do that?
What are we doing for the phone? What are we doing?
The Psalms from the Bible.
He knows whenever we pray, and then he interrupts.
Right, just ignore him. Remember.
Okay, so hey, Mark. Okay, Mark will explain what they're doing with the vehicle. So if you guys want to calmly, I know Mark has been kind of rude, but calmly ask Mark what's up with the vehicle. See what his explanation is and tell me, and see if it pans out for me. Okay, I want to compare what he tells you to what he's telling what we're being told. Okay, so let's exchange those. Ask Mark, what is he doing with the cars? Ask him that.
Mark!
No, they're asking. Okay. Okay. They're asking him? Okay. They must have some on the phone. We're just exchanging notes to make sure the FBI is being honest. See, they have a delay in there to them. They are talking a lot. No, I'm good. We're good. I'm good. I'm good. After all. Yeah. Okay. So, what did he say?
I love you too. Love you all.
Are you guys there?
Yep.
Okay, what did he say?
I thought you were checking. He won't talk. He just keeps telling us we got to give up.
He just keeps telling them they got to give up. Okay, so you know what? Tell them it's probably, I was just going to tell you, it's probably because of government incompetence. Yeah, hold on. This is Mike again, okay? Listen to Mike for a minute.
Hey, I'm going to talk loud because I don't know if you can hear me. But you know what Occam's razor is? That the simplest explanation is usually the correct one. Here's my take of the situation. We're talking to negotiators on my end, and you guys are talking to military type people. And so the left hand isn't talking to the right hand very quickly. So my theory under Occam's razor, the simplest explanation is government incompetence. So I'm just guessing that it's taken a while to relay the message that I'm getting to the folks in the field. So I think if we just slow down and take a breath, we can compare notes to see if we're each hearing the same thing, okay? But I think we're talking to different arms of the same beast. That's my guess. So I'm going to give you back to Michelle because I'm not very good at city driving.
Okay, so did you understand that? Basically, it's a delay in communication because of the incompetence of the government, period. Did you get that?
Pass this along. I'm about to light a propane heater because we're standing outside freezing cold.
Wait. They're freezing cold. They're going to light a propane heater. They're lighting a propane. Okay, hold on. Don't do it yet.
Okay.
Hang on. We're going to call the FBI. Don't do it yet. We're calling the FBI.
All right.
Want to make sure that they understand what we're doing here. Don't do anything yet, please. Hang on a second. Make sure that they get in the damn room. What? Just give us a second. Just give us a second. Okay. So,
all right.
So hang on 1 second. Okay. So we're trying to actually talk to them.
They got another phone call. They're cold. They want a lot of cold propane heaters and they're ready to get shot.
Yeah. Hang on 1 second. Hold on. Don't light it yet. No. We're trying to get a message to Mark from somebody that we trust. Okay. We need Mark to go ahead on. I don't want them freaking out. Okay.
So are they there?
Okay. Just pay attention to me.
Yep.
And listen, you know what, Mark? If Mark listening over the live feed, Mark, if you're listening over the live feed, what type of heater is it? Propane heater is it?
It's a Mr. Heater on top of a propane tank.
Yeah, it's a propane heater. Describe the propane heater.
It's a white cylinder. It's the bigger one. It's a 50-pounder, I think.
It's a 50-pounder.
It has the Mr. Heater on top of it.
It's got Mr. Heater on top of it. The Mr. Heater.
Yeah.
And so, obviously, is Mark listening to me live feed right now? Is that what you guys are saying?
See, I know that he heard because he just said that their places are warm. See, he said that their vehicles are warm, so I know that he just heard us.
You know what? He's got a big ego. You know what, Mark? What is Mark?
I'm going to go ahead and light this so my wife can be warm.
No. Okay,
if they shoot me, that's on their fucking ass.
Please don't light it yet. Okay, hey, let's take a deep breath.
He heard. He knows that we're.
Okay. Well, let's work together. And if Mark is listening, we need to light the heater. It's cold. And is there any combustibles nearby? Guys, is there any combustibles nearby? Sandy, Sean, are you guys there? Sandy,
hold on.
Sean. Okay. Hold on. Okay, they're lighting it. They're saying, hold on. Okay. I don't think they're light. Is there any combustibles nearby, you guys? Are there any combustibles nearby? Are there any combustibles nearby? Yeah, they're all like gathered around something. So, are you guys there?
The heater's been there for weeks. I'm sure they're got it under control.
Is there any combustibles nearby? You guys?
No.
No, there's no combustibles nearby. There's no combustibles nearby. Okay, good. So there's no combustibles nearby. So you know what? That's okay. So okay.
Just try to be comfortable. Light your heater. Try to be comfortable. There.
You guys, I gotta tell you, we've got to. We're gonna make it through this, and we're gonna write about it. Okay.
We'll see.
Here's Brady.
Okay.
I'm really running low on trust and confidence in my country, in the people, in our veterans, and this. I'm damn sure don't have any confidence in the FBI or the federal government.
Is this Jeff?
This is Sean.
Sean, I totally, I hear you. I heard from mainstream news agencies. I heard from Newsmax. This is getting out everywhere, and I know how you feel on this. I mean, look, our politicians have failed, our courts have failed, and the people have failed. That's who this is on. But look, the message out there is calm. It's peace, and you guys are carrying that message. And so if we just stay calm.
We are carrying your message. So that's thank you so much for saying that. Because you guys, that's it. We're staying calm, and our message is peace and calm. That's absolutely right. That's absolutely right. So let's continue this because, and now again, does everyone hear me? Sandy, Sean, Jeff, Dave, do you guys all hear me?
Just Sandy and Sean. Jeff and Dave are, I think, standing by the fire or something.
Okay, so please just make sure that if I lose coverage going through this, you guys
we'll keep
stay
it going.
live feed, and keep it calm and keep praying. Keep praying.
Do you have this number to call us back?
I called some number. I'm going to call this number, and I think they patched me into you.
Yeah, this is Gavin. I've got the live feed under control. We're stable here on the on the signal. So if you have a problem, you just got to call me back, Michelle.
Okay. Yes. So if I lose signature, I'm going to call the number that I just called back, and then they'll patch us through. So, because I don't know.
We shouldn't lose Gavin, so.
No, we should be okay. How's your battery, Sean? How's the battery? Let's make sure we got power to that.
I'm not sure. David's got it plugged into some big kind of device thing.
It's plugged in?
Yeah,
we do have a couple of.
Okay.
We do, but I can't start the generator. And
I understand, but as long as he's got some backup packs, we should be okay.
Okay.
You can go on our truck and get that other little.
Okay.
How much charge is in this thing, Dave?
No, I'm good.
We're going to check the charge.
Okay, check the charge. That's a good idea.
We got half of a charge.
Okay, and do you have a reserve battery pack you can plug it into if we need to?
I have your battery pack. Yeah, we do.
Okay, good. So keep that handy. Let's watch that power because we don't want to lose you. But if we lose you, you can call me back at the same number, okay? And I'll get you patched back in because we want to make sure that the message of this is a message of peace and principle and liberty. It's a message about loving our neighbor as ourselves, and that's what this whole thing has been about since the beginning. The government escalated it, but the people are here for peace, and we just need to try and stay calm. We need to rest in the strength of God because He overpowers the wicked, and we just need to be calm.
That's correct. That's good. Okay, 83 miles on this road. Okay. Okay. All right. So we're on a road. We've got 82 miles on this one road. It says we'll be there by 1 a.m. The GPS says we'll be to you by 1 a.m. So, and that's okay. We'll be talking. We'll have a great midnight happy.
That's 5 hours from.
Okay, that's it.
5 hours.
5 hours is how much patience.
I think the FBI is going to win.
5 hours.
Yes, but you know what? Have faith. We need a prayer again. Have faith. Listen, everybody's watching, so have faith because they can't shoot you. Okay, they can't shoot you if you don't shoot them, and that's not going to happen because we're law-abiding citizens. They will. They will.
Well, I hope if that happens, I hope.
Hey, Mike wants to talk to you. Hey, hang on. Let Mike talk. Hold on. Here's Mike.
Hey, this is my candid assessment is that there's there's FBI members there that have families, have consciences, and don't want to go to sleep knowing that they shot some peaceful protesters. So I'm praying to God that's the case, because I know law enforcement people. Nobody wants to be that guy.
Right.
And you guys have the shield of free speech protecting you because you're on a live feed. So let's keep this going and keep talking to Michelle. And I'm proud of you guys for communicating with Michelle so well. And I got my fingers crossed for you. Here she is.
Okay, hey, Sean, I have a message from Victoria. Victoria called. You guys want to hear from Victoria?
Okay. 18-year-old.
Victoria Sharp.
Yeah.
Victoria Sharp.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Victoria said that she wants you guys to know that the whole family's praying. They would be there if they could, but they're far away. Now, she's willing, if we can get her in here, maybe she can join us and she can do some singing for us and bring some calm to the situation.
Tell her to start singing now.
Okay.
Tell her to
She's not on right now, but we're going to try and get her, okay, if you guys want it.
Listen.
Hopefully I can hold this all together. People are getting tired and frustrated.
I know. We need to be calm.
Stay back here.
I'm afraid someone's going to do something wrong here.
No, they're not going to do something.
Okay, guys.
Listen to me. Hey, we've got Victoria Sharp on the phone right now.
You do.
Guys.
Okay,
got
go.
her on the phone.
Good.
Hang on. You want to put on Victoria Sharp's on the phone?
Victoria, how are you?
Wait, the reception. We're having a problem with the reception. We've got. Hold on. Hang on. She's saying, "Are you there?"
Yeah, we're here.
Yes.
Yeah. Victoria's signal is bad right now. She's on the phone, and hang on. So Victoria Sharp is the 18-year-old. Just so people understand that are listening in, is the 18-year-old eyewitness that was in Lavoie's truck. And so she's with you. Everyone is with you. You guys, everyone is with you guys. So,
Victoria, can you hear me?
she's losing it. Okay. We're losing her. We're losing Victoria.
We'll get her back.
All right.
We're having a hard time, but we'll get her.
Okay, we have a problem with her reception. I don't know where. Do you guys know where she lives?
Kansas.
Montana, I believe.
Does she have good reception in her home? Okay. So.
We'll try and get her on.
Okay. Are you there? Listen. Are
Yes.
you guys there? Okay.
Yes.
All right. I just want everyone to stay calm and peaceful.
Hey, listen, while we wait for Victoria, guys, just let's keep it on the message of peace and principle. I'm going to read just a couple verses out of Psalm 92, okay?
Perfect.
Okay.
Let me hear 'em.
Okay. Psalm 92, O Lord, how great are thy works, and thy thoughts are very deep. A brutish man knoweth not, neither doth a fool understand this. When the wicked spring as the grass, and when all the workers of iniquity do flourish, it is they that shall be destroyed forever. But thou, Lord, art most high forevermore. For lo, thine enemies, O Lord, for lo, thine enemies shall perish. All the workers of iniquity shall be scattered.
Tell Franklin that they lied to him.
He knows. But the message is still getting out.
David, tell Franklin that they lied. They aren't going to let him in here.
You know what? Yeah, but you know what? I think don't say that yet. Sandy, don't say that, because remember there's a delayed reaction with the government. Do you understand that? There's a big delay on the I would definitely there's a delayed reaction with the government, with that guy Mark. What the FBI people we're talking to is texting and calling him, and obviously Mark doesn't know what's happening at the speed of time. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hook up with her some.
So we need to. Is there like that? So let me ask you guys a question.
Okay. We're not gonna let you.
If Mark is hearing us on your live stream, but his cell isn't working. Yeah. So do you understand the issues that are happening here? Like you guys have better connections than they do. That's why they don't know what's happening. It takes 5 or 10 minutes to get it to them.
Well, he kept telling us you weren't coming in, and then he even said Franklin Graham wasn't going to get to come in. Nobody gets to come in until we leave the.
Well, they're not going to let him in, though. They're not going to let him in here.
Okay.
Franklin Graham is flying his own plane. He's a pilot. Said he'd be here at 7 a.m.
Good.
But they won't put any refuge.
You know what? That's okay. We're coming. So you know, remember that saying, "Build it and they're coming." We're coming. So,
Michelle, do you have Victoria?
I don't have Victoria. She keeps losing. She keeps losing us. Her reception keeps losing. I don't know where she is. Her reception, because we've got reception right now.
Right. We just talked to her. I can try to patch her in, and it'll cause a delay in this call a little bit, or you can try to patch her in from your end.
Just be careful and
I am.
Be careful. Okay.
So do you want to try and get her on your end one more time before I try, just so I don't have to mess with this call at all?
Yeah. Let's just we'll do that. She's actually calling us in. So someone has given her Mike Arnold's number.
Okay.
And when she gets to a clear patch, she'll call.
She just called us and said she has signal now, so I'm not sure why she's not calling you.
She wants us to patch her in.
Oh, she wants to be patched in directly. Okay. We got this. I got the tech under control, I think. So just hold on just a second. Just you guys, nobody hang up, okay? I may pause for just a second, but then I'm gonna add Victoria.
Okay, I'm here.
Okay?
We're here. It's okay. It's okay.
Okay. All right, hold on. I'm dialing here.
Nice warm. No bills in heaven. Mo and Bear are in heaven.
Come on. No, did I lose him?
Did we lose him?
I don't know. This thing, just hang on. I was afraid that this could be a problem, but we'll see what happens here.
Is it ringing?
Let's try it. Hello?
Yes. Hello.
Victoria?
Yes.
Okay, I don't know what happened because I seem to have lost the other guys now. Darn it. Okay, hold on just a second. Let me see what I can do here.
Okay. Can you still hear them?
Okay, I got you here. We're trying.
Okay.
The Wisconsin one.
This one.
I do the Wisconsin. Yes, that one. The 2 red ones there.
Okay, hang on.
You've reached the mobile phone of Koenig. Please be so kind as to leave a detailed message after the.
Yes, this.
Hello?
Victoria, I'm here, but trying to patch you in made us lose the other line. So we're just going to try and have to see if we can get them back here.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. I got him. Hang on.
Okay.
Guys, are you there? Are you there? You guys there? I hear you. Don't hang up. I got you. Are you there? Hello? We're trying to get them here.
That's them again.
Are you there, guys?
Who's that? Michelle.
Hello?
Yeah. Right?
Who's this?
Hello.
Michelle?
Hello.
Michelle? You guys there?
All right, Gavin, we're back.
Yeah, there we are. Okay, I got Michelle calling back in. Hang on, hold on just a second. Don't hang up. I got you.
All right.
Okay. Michelle?
Gavin?
We got them. We got them. They're here. They're here. We got it. We got it stabilized, but we didn't get Victoria, so we're just going to stick with this for now.
Gavin?
Yes, who's
What
this?
is that noise?
Hello, who's this?
This is Michelle Fiore. Who's this?
Hey, what's up, Daniel?
Wait,
She needs to get
who am I on the phone with? Gavin?
Yes, Gavin's here.
Hello? Hello, we're back.
You're back?
Gavin.
Gavin is
Sean, are
here.
you there?
Gavin is here. We have Michelle. Jeff, is that you or Sean?
Call dropped.
Yeah, we got it. We got it.
Okay, we're back.
Okay.
So I got you guys, Sandy, Sean,
Yep.
Jeff, Dave, are you guys there?
Sean and Sandy are just by the fire.
Okay.
Okay.
Dave's
okay,
on the
all right.
phone.
Michelle, this is Gavin.
All right.
I don't want to risk losing the call. I'm going to have Michelle call you and you can try to, Victoria call you and you can try to patch her in.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I concur. Yeah, that was very scary. Get back to you. It was horrible.
Well, we're dealing with limited tech here. We're getting it out.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Okay, so if your phone rings from Kansas, it's probably Victoria.
Okay. No worries. No worries.
Hey, grab a flashlight, honey. Sandy, grab a flashlight.
You guys got heat there, Sean?
I'm here.
You got heat?
We got a propane heater, and we just put a rubber mat down the stand now. Our feet are getting cold.
Now Sean, while we're here and talking about peace and principle, let's just explain to the
You
world.
gotta speak up.
Hey, let's just explain to people that are listening, since we're talking about peace and principle and liberty. You guys aren't even in the refuge right now, are you? You're just camped out on the outskirts.
You are not.
I can't hear him.
What?
You can't hear who?
Whoever's talking,
Can you hear Michelle?
That's Gavin. That's Gavin.
I can't hear what he's saying.
Okay, hang on. I'm going to try and fix it. Just hang in there.
Okay. But Sean, you can hear me, right?
Yes. But everyone needs to speak loud because we had a heater running and
Okay.
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 All right, Sean, can you hear me now?
yes.
Okay, hey, so just to be clear, we're on this topic of peace and liberty and principle, which you guys have been doing all along here. You're not even actually in the refuge right now, right? They're surrounding you. You're just out camped in the outskirts, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. So
We did that to show good faith that we didn't want to be occupiers anymore.
right.
And we sat out here in the cold, and we haven't showered much. We're having to go to the bathroom outside. We're making a lot of huge sacrifices to show people that we're good people.
This isn't about
And they can't even make one sacrifice.
right.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you, there's a lot of folks watching, and there's a lot of sacrificing that people know that you guys have made.
Yeah, and look, the word's still getting out. And Sean, since it's quiet a little bit, do you have anything you want to say about the overall message? Because people get confused. You know, the media lies so much and the government lies so much, and we want people to know that the message is not about war, it's about peace, it's about justice, it's about liberty.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's about exercising your First Amendment right. And they've prohibited us. They prohibited the media. So when you lose the media could have stopped this in the beginning if they would have done their job. But, you know, they're all infiltrated by people in higher powers in the federal government, so they tell them what not to do and what to do. And the people just buy into whatever they tell them on the news. And then you got social media and Pete Santilli and people like that try to put the real news out there, and then they arrest him and won't let him out. I mean, how do we fight this when that happens?
Sean, it's hard.
They just tried to pass this. Obama wants to pass a bill where he has billions of dollars for gun control. Is that when America will finally stand up? Because when he comes for their guns, then they're going to stand up and fight after they're outgunned, outnumbered? I mean, they use our tax dollars to buy hollow point bullets that they can't even use in wartime according to the Geneva Convention, but they can use on American citizens. A hollow point bullet, it's for murder.
Right.
And the government has bought that to use on the people. And we've tried peaceful protests. You know, Judge Grassley said, go ahead and have your protest. Because he knows it doesn't do a fucking thing. It doesn't bother him a bit. The Bundy
getting even a response back. So then they took the refuge, because you have to take it to the next step in order for people to understand and hear you.
But understand, Sean, that more and more people, and find peace in this, more and more people are realizing that this is not a protest. This is peaceful, principled defiance of tyranny. And that's what you guys are doing right now. It's not simply waving signs. It's Americans stepping up and taking action. And we know it's a slow process. We know that we've been apathetic as a nation, and that's gotten us to this point. But now people can settle down, and they can look at that. They can see what's happened. They can see what they did to Lavoie, who was a peaceful man, and they can see that people have to step up. Hang on. Okay, I lost Michelle. Don't go anywhere. I just lost Michelle, but I'm going to try and add her back in, okay?
All right.
Are you there? Are you there, Michelle?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, we're on still. You're on.
Okay. We're just going through that. We're going through like some kind of path or something.
Yeah, it's bad in there.
You know what? Before we got disconnected, you guys, I just want you to know, one of the things you guys, are you guys there? Are you with me, Sean?
Yeah, he's here.
We're here.
Okay, so listen, one of the things I want you to know with all this Obama and all this trying to take our guns away, one of the things we do have to say is thank you, Obama, because every time he tries something about, taking our guns, the gun sales go crazy. So we have the biggest gun sales across America every time Obama opens his mouth about taking our guns. So
right, but now we have Obamacare, and they're going to make it mandatory to have mental illness screenings, and then they're the ones that decide the parameters, and they go, oh, well, you're depressed, you can't have a gun. So they're going to take your guns that way. And we're just tired of this shit. Every time we turn around, they tax you even when you die. And our parents' generation should be ashamed of themselves because they didn't stand up to prevent it. And our children's generation just doesn't give a fuck. They're too busy playing video games or doing some other bullshit.
Listen to me.
But you know what?
You know what I want you to think about? Because this is live stream and people are recording it. I want you to think about this, exactly what we're talking about right now. Do you know how many parents, after hearing you just say that, just might take their kids' video games away from them? Because you know what? You're right.
None of them will.
No, you've got to have faith. You know what? I'm afraid I have faith. I have faith. Okay.
What about Common Core in our schools? They don't even teach our children the Constitution. They don't even let them say the Pledge of Allegiance.
But you're teaching it to them right now.
In this country.
You know what Nevada just did? We passed the ESA accounts, and the left is trying to take it away from us. What we have to do is educate our own children, homeschool our children. There's charter.
They don't want you to do that either.
That's against the law. We can. No, it's not. It's not against the law. I've homeschooled my children. I've put my children through charter school. It is not against the law. Let me tell you, there's a lot of great schools out there that teach our children the Constitution. In Nevada, we have a school called Challenger. We have 3-year-olds reciting the Constitution. Okay, so yeah, so
praise be to God.
The other states don't.
But yes, there's a lot of states. There's a lot of states that do it. So I want you to understand that that people are making progress. It's just that there's more. We need more folks to see this. Our movement in Nevada with our education. So understand it is moving in the right direction. It was a big win for us to get our education savings account passed. That now is fighting.
I know I dropped it. Sorry.
So we are working on getting rid of Common Core. You guys there?
How did it ever get to that position where we got to worry that we have Common Core? What happened to the goodness of this country?
People didn't fight. That's why. They didn't fight in the legislature. And you know what? But here's what we have to stand up. We have to elect.
We are.
We have to do that. But we have to fight it out with the law. We have to fight it out on paper. We have to make laws that have consequences when the government is lawless. Do you understand? We have to have consequences.
The thing is, guys, Sean, here's the thing. The message is really important, and this is the thing. Yes, the country's grown apathetic, and that falls on the shoulders of every man and woman in this country and in previous generations as well. But in things like this, the message is getting out. The news media is not controlling this message right now. Principled, peaceful people are controlling this message. And when that can get out, that even though people are asleep, God can work in people's hearts. People can stand up for principle and love their neighbor, and that gets out.
Do you think these federal agents that are here right now threatening our lives are going to be held accountable?
Eventually, yes. I think they will be eventually.
You know why? Because, listen to me. Because we, meaning you four and me and everyone else who's watching right now, because the world is watching you, we are going to do everything right by the law, and we are not going to give them any kind of reason to step out of line and pull a trigger on us, right?
Well, but they already have by putting a false charge on us. And the Constitution says they can't own this land, for one thing, so how can they give us a federal felony when they don't have the right to even be here? They don't have the authority to be here. And then they keep saying it's such a small charge, but it's an absolute charge, and if you don't comply, it'll kill you over such a small charge.
Because they're law.
And it has to be, it's a felony. It can't just be a misdemeanor. It has to be a felony because it's, you fucked with the feds, so you're gonna pay. And everybody's trying to talk us out of this instead of trying to talk them out of it. That's what I don't get. Why don't you make sure that they're the ones that are wrecked?
We're trying to do both. It's just, let's face it, all of us are weak. All of us are weak, just like you. If we had the power to make them back down, we'd do it right now. I mean, our nation's in this place, and we're trying to maintain peace, and we don't want you guys to die doing it.
Okay, so listen to me. Listen, I want this archived for America. Are we, Gavin, are you there?
We're here, yeah.
Okay, are we live?
Yes, we are. 60,000 people.
Okay, good. Okay, so we have guarantees by the FBI. They said they will not make any move to escalate anything tonight.
Then they need to back off.
Okay.
They need to back off.
Okay.
They know Reverend Graham is on his way. Listen to me. They are not going to make, and what the FBI is saying is they are going to allow Reverend Graham and I to meet up at 8 a.m. tomorrow. This is from the FBI, and I want you guys to get this live stream and get it out there because this is from the FBI. So they are not going to be any aggressive tonight.
Then they need to back off.
Okay, so listen to me. Just listen. We are progressing. Do you understand? I don't want. No one's backing anywhere. But what they basically said is nothing will happen tonight until Graham and I get together at 8 a.m. That is from the FBI. So yeah. So if you want to take turns and stay on watch and do what you're gonna do, you want to just get some shut eye, each of you one at a time, groovy, because this is archived. This is on the air, and we have gotten word from the FBI that they will not be aggressive or make any moves tonight.
Can we get Mark to say that over the loudspeaker so we can all hear that from him?
Yes. Say, Mark. You know what, Mark? I want you to say it over. You know what, Mark? You're listening. Please say it over the loudspeaker right now. So Dave and Sean and Sandra and Jeff can hear this, that you will not make a move tonight, and you will not agitate or be aggressive tonight until we get together, Graham and I, at 8 a.m. in the morning. Can you please repeat that on your microphone right now? And so let's just talk, and so hopefully he hears that, and hopefully he'll, relay that message out to you guys on his microphone. So, did you guys eat? Did you guys eat dinner?
No, we've got some snacks, though.
All right. Well, are they at least granola bars and healthy snacks?
Oh, we got 1,000 granola bars. We're so sick of granola bars.
It's energy, right? Look, I mean, we know the government has failed in gaining the trust of the people.
Hold on.
I think Mark's talking to him.
Hold on.
What do we got?
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay. Mark is talking to him.
Mark just said that Sandy said no.
What happened?
What'd Mark say?
Sandy told Reverend Graham, we wouldn't leave the refuge because we're not going to prison.
Just wait. What did Mark just say?
He just said that the Reverend Graham told him we said we wouldn't leave.
Okay, so Mark. Okay, Mark.
We changed that.
Mark
give
said.
Give me a couple of minutes here, please.
Okay.
Just hang on the line.
Okay, we're here.
So Mark just said over the loudspeaker that Reverend Graham told them that Sandy said that they're not going anywhere, so they're not going to jail. I don't believe Graham would ever say that to the FBI. I don't believe that. I don't believe Graham would ever say that to the FBI. Hearsay. Yeah. Yeah.
Tell me that, and I'll stay here and I'll die. You just tell me if that's really what you want to do. I can't fuck you up. That's what you want to do. I'm 100% beside you, and I'll fucking start it off right now.
Listen, I want you guys to talk to me, calm down. What's happening?
What's happening? Copy. Hey. That's what God wants us for us.
I don't think they're on.
I don't want. Hey, guys. Hey, guys.
I think they're away from the phone.
Hey, you guys. What are you guys? Hey, are you there?
Hold on a minute.
We're waiting.
We're still going to be fighting in court and everything else.
Yeah, we're fighting in court a different battle. Not what we should be. Hey, do you guys want us to pick up McDonald's on the way there? We're going through Bend. I don't know, baby. Do we need some? I don't want to go to jail. Do we need some different food?
Think of these fuckers. Maybe we'll spend 2 days, maybe the charges will be dropped after that. Then let's just die here. You gotta have some faith and some hope, right?
That they can drop them before we can walk on here. I know that. So why should we?
Well, because our lives are at risk.
Well,
I don't want to see you there.
I don't want to see you there either.
But
I don't want to see you in jail.
Go on now. Everybody else too.
You guys there? I think we lost Michelle, but Gavin's still here.
We're still here.
Is everything going? Is everything okay? Okay.
We're talking a moment here.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'm not going to stay here and freeze my ass off all night. All I know is that somebody that Reverend Graham is a powerful man. I've never had people like this stand up for me before. Ever. Our sheriff will stand up for us. All our men will stand up for us. All our people will stand up for us. We didn't give in. We just didn't give up our lives. You know, in this world, there ain't nobody stronger about my commitments than me. I know. Maybe this is God telling me. He's not telling me that. But I'll stop. He's not telling me to let you die.
We got you, Michelle. You guys, they're still talking. They're still talking.
This isn't Michelle. This is Pedro.
Save our lives.
Okay, hang on, guys.
Pedro's going to save your lives.
The advocate.
Pedro's going to.
Okay, hey, Sean?
Yeah?
Yes.
Sean?
Yeah. Hold on.
If I lose you, call me right back, okay?
Okay. I won't call you.
Who's this? Hello?
Hello?
know if that's the right one. We got to figure. I got to nail down these numbers and know who's who because they're trying to troll us.
Gavin?
Michelle?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you, but I lost them at the refuge because the trolls are calling in, messing us up here. Somebody's putting the numbers out. I'm trying to shut it down.
Okay.
So hang on, I got you, and
okay.
is that right? Is that right?
That would be Michelle's number. Michelle's on the
That's
line.
not Michelle.
That's in Nevada. That's not them. They're from Wisconsin. They were Wisconsin numbers.
Right. Okay.
Listen,
I thought it was Michelle. That's how I messed up.
Gavin, I need you to get a prayer in there because these guys are kind of talking scary stuff right now.
I know. As soon as I'm letting them talk, and I told them to call back. I'm going to try and manually add them back in and see. Okay. No, that's not it either. See, the phone's just ringing off the hook, but we're not going to let those ones in. So just hold it. Yeah. Just hang in there, and I'm going to get them back here as soon as I can. And then we'll try and calm the situation.
Okay. Yep.
I think we'll get them. Okay. That's
That's a great song.
Okay, so hold on. How are they getting these calls through? What the heck?
That's a great song.
Can you call them back?
I can try.
What's going on there?
I can't even get them on. I'm trying to add them back in. Somebody got the number and put it out, and now it's ringing off the hook. So we just got to get around it.
Okay, let's get around it. Get around it. Glad we got that archived, though. At least we got. And you guys got this all recorded, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, look. Okay. Hang on. I think I found a way to shut off the incoming calls, but that means if I lose you, I may have to call you back. I had to.
Okay. You have my number, right?
Yes, I do. Michelle.
I got it right here. Although it doesn't even look like it worked. It was supposed to shut down the incoming calls. Okay, hold on.
Okay.
Somebody gave out our number. They're trying to shut down the communication. I got calls coming in every second here. So hold on. Let me see. Okay, Nathan, which one is which here?
Can you say what's going on?
Don't read it out. Yeah, it's still live, guys.
This one right here.
Still live? Okay.
Yeah, I just don't have them. Are you sure?
Positive.
Okay, hang on. I'm gonna try and patch them back in. Hang on, Michelle.
Okay, you got it. That was free, right?
This one?
Yes, those ones. Just see.
It's not even calling. They're trying to mess with us. Trying to keep the message from getting through.
Your wife deals with that.
Hush that text.
Okay, guys, just for the listeners in there, they're messing with the phones, but we're trying to get it back up here. So the people that hate liberty are trying to mess with us by calling in.
Hello?
Who's Sandy?
Yes.
Okay, I got you back. Hang on.
Okay. Where's the speaker? Oh. Are you going to do that? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just trying to get Michelle back on, but hang on. They're messing with our phones, so we're having to fight it a little bit, but we got you.
Okay.
Okay, hang on. Let me try and add Michelle back in just a second.
Okay.
I've never had anyone.
No, okay. I lost Michelle. We'll try and get her back in, but you guys are live, and I'll watch specifically for Michelle's number. So you're back live. What's going on there?
They're bringing in vehicles behind us.
More FBI. Okay. So did somebody call you?
Not yet.
Mark, or somebody's supposed to call me on the phone so we have communication.
Okay.
They said that they were going to wait until Reverend Graham and Michelle come tomorrow, and then they pulled vehicles up behind us. And Sean told them that seemed like an escalation to him, and they backed off.
Okay, good. Okay, so hopefully they're telling the truth about the agreement. How are you guys doing? Do you have peace there? Do we need some prayer, or how are you feeling?
We need miracles. What we
need a miracle.
Well, let's pray for that then, shall we? All right, God of the universe, we look to you because you are the author of liberty, and we do need a miracle. We don't have the strength to overcome wickedness. We don't have the strength to restore liberty on our own, God. And you do. You can overpower the wicked, you can confound the wicked, and you can build a shield. So we ask that you send legions of angels down here tonight to watch over these people, and that will be peaceful and principled and righteous, and that will speak the words of truth with wisdom, being wise as serpents and harmless as doves. Let us restore peace, God, for our children, and work on our behalf mightily, and let your glory be revealed, and bring miracles for liberty, God. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
So you guys got heat, you got a little food, but it doesn't sound like it's much. I bet you could use a good steak right now.
A good what?
I bet you could use a good steak right now. It doesn't sound like you have very good food.
No, we've got steaks, we've got pork, we've got everything.
They're still sitting there. They stopped driving, but they're sitting there.
They're sitting
We
there.
had pork fried rice for lunch.
Okay, good.
We had bacon and eggs and sausage for breakfast.
Good. Okay, well that's not too. It could be a lot worse.
Exactly.
That's great.
That's why I know God said that we should be here, because if He didn't want us here fighting this, He would have made it uncomfortable for us.
Well, that's right. And look, I mean, you got a message out. It's bypassing the mainstream media. And let's just, I mean, we can keep that message. Look, we know the government failed in gaining the trust of the people, particularly with those at the refuge, due to them breaking their promises. And that's why we're here, is because they're breaking their promises. They're not lawful. And the people need to step up with peace and principle and restore that law and stop tolerating a lawless government and a lawless court system.
Okay, Gavin, here's the thing, okay? We came here to help the Hammonds who were put into prison.
Right.
Unjustly.
Absolutely.
We used our First Amendment right to protest peacefully.
Right.
We're being prosecuted for that.
Yes.
That's what the charges are, is that we're here. Okay?
Yeah, you're right.
These three gentlemen, they say that they're going to turn themselves in tomorrow when Franklin Graham and Michelle get here. And they want me to agree to it, and I will for them.
Sure. Well,
but I want everybody to know that we'll never see the light of day again from prison, because they're going to put us in jail for a small charge. They say if it's such a small charge, they could have dropped it then.
You know what, Sandy? We're not going to let that happen. Let me tell you a story. They've been holding Pete and Ammon and the other patriots, John Ritzheimer, all of them. They've been holding them in solitary confinement. And as weak as we are, the voice does still matter. And we started a campaign yesterday. Some of the lawyers were in on it. The news media was doing it, and then we started a campaign on the Bundy Ranch page, and we started ringing their phones on the hook, off the hook, the government phones all over the state of Oregon. And today, they released Pete, they released Ammon, and it looks like they released all the patriots from solitary confinement. Now we know that that's not where they should be. They're peaceful men, and they shouldn't be in jail at all. But their conditions improved. They can communicate better, so they're not in a dark hole where nobody can hear them. Ammon's been getting messages out. He's been speaking to the people through audio calls like this one. And so look, everybody knows you guys aren't cowards. Everybody knows you're standing up and standing the line, and you'll go down in history for that.
The problem is that they are still being suppressed because they are not being released.
I know.
And the only reason why they're not being released is because of us here, and they're waiting to come in so that they can do their investigation and add more charges to those people so that they never see the light of day again.
But remember, they have more power than us, but they don't have more power than God. And this goes back all the way to the American Revolution. We were hopelessly outnumbered then too, and many of those patriots served time behind bars trying to bring liberty back in the revolution. But in the end, the message got out, people stood up, and because the appeal to heaven does work, and the prayer of a righteous man does avail much. You know?
I just know we're never going to get out of prison. I just know that.
Don't know that we won't let that happen. We're not going to let them just lock you away and forget about you. And
they impeded the press.
I know.
For coming here and reporting this story.
But you know what? Because of all the message of all this, is despite all the long train of abuses, similar to what was talked about in our declaration, Sandy, despite all this, more and more people are waking up because of it.
I hope so. I hope you're right.
I mean, you know, when else in history, think about this for a second. The Patriots in 1775, when they were being attacked by the Redcoats, they didn't have a stream like this of 60,000 people all over the world listening live. And our country's fallen a long ways from liberty, but we do have the ability. You guys are getting the message out, and it's coming out with peace and strength and principle.
Right, but they didn't turn their souls into the hands of the enemy, and that's what we're doing. If we give ourselves up, we're turning our hands into the hands of the enemy.
But you know, that's not entirely true. There were times when they lost individual battles, even though the war wasn't lost, and they retreated, or sometimes they were even taken prisoner. But it wasn't the end. They didn't just lock them away forever.
True, but we will be prisoners.
Do you know that? What year is that?
Of their injustice, we will be prisoners of their injustice.
Right, but you know what? I know, look, I've been in their jails. I know how bad it is, and I know that they're corruption, but a lot of that's being exposed too by this. Here's the thing: because of your guys' message, because of Ammon's message, a lot of people that thought of themselves as, oh, we're conservative Republicans and we value liberty and the government, you know, will fix this for us. They're realizing that bureaucrats aren't fixing this for us. And
no, they're not.
And look,
they're
I mean,
making it worse.
But at the same time, you do have people that are elected officials, and we have these trust issues. We've been led by lies by the government. But if you come out under the protection of public figures, that does give you a lot of voice. And so you have access to public officials, but even more, you have access to the world right now. And the message, look, when Lavoie died, you know, you guys remember the day they murdered Lavoie. You'll never forget it. None of us will. When that happened, Sandy, the message, at first the media tried to take control of it. But people were roused by it. People had a fire in their belly and a spark in their heart, and the message spread. And the media did not control that conversation. They didn't get away with this sham of saying, oh, he went for a gun. He was murdered, and the world knows it. And there's still people out there that are asleep, but we don't need the majority for liberty. We need a principled, tenacious minority that are willing to stand up for righteousness, that are willing to love their neighbor, that are willing to seek God. And when we do that, there can be overcoming. I have a message from Victoria here, if you guys want it.
Yes.
Okay. She says, please tell the people who are in there that I love them and my family loves them. Tell them they need to stay safe, calm, and stay alive. Tell them that I will stand with them no matter the cost. Please tell the listening audience that Victoria Sharp is asking for thousands of American citizens to exercise their First Amendment right and go to Burns and peacefully protest what the FBI is doing. Thousands of people need to go there now and tell the FBI to leave, and that they cannot hurt these people. It's time for America to stand. We can't let the FBI hurt these people. And is there any way
that's not
that was an she wants to sing, and we'll have to see if we can get her in here, because that would be great to have a hymn.
We're trying to do a recording.
Yes.
Okay, but understand, I mean, people are with you, and despite the fact that there's not as many boots on the ground as there should be, America should have stood up bolder, and there's a lot of lessons learned from this. But you guys, the lesson is learned. The message is gone out. And we're not going to let you rot in a prison cell. We're not letting the patriots that were arrested a few weeks ago rot in a prison cell.
I can't even describe to you how wrong it is I feel to be giving myself into the hands of the enemy.
But you know, okay, don't then. Give yourself into the hands of God and let God direct your path and what to do, because there's been lots of people, there's lots of great men of faith in the Bible that they were taken into the hands of the enemy, but really they were not in the hands of the enemy, they were in the hands of God.
True.
And we know that from the Bible. I mean, look, I've been arrested before for standing up with them, to them, and we need to know that when they abuse us, remember it says, rejoice when we're persecuted for righteousness' sake, and God does not forget us.
This is Gavin Symes' brother Nathan. I've been here the whole time.
Right.
You can't. You'll find throughout the Bible and throughout the history of the church and the history of liberty that God's people, if they go to jail, well, there's a lot of God's people that ends up there. That seems to be his primary use for them, as a place for his people to spread his message from.
He uses it to spread the message too, and none of us like this jail thing, believe me. But we're not going to forget our own in jail. If it comes to that, people aren't just going to ignore you. The word's out. People are watching. They know. And I've felt this same way when we've been on the front. You know, we've been in situations where you don't want to stand down because we feel like we're giving in. But we're not giving in as long as we hold the banner of liberty, no matter where we are. And as long as God's on our side, in the end, we can't lose.
I do feel that way because we've lost so many rights. We lost our right for even being here to begin with, exercising our First Amendment right. And we give in to them, we surrender, we go to jail, we're convicted. We'll never be able to have weapons again. We're going to lose all our rights. We'll lose our right to vote.
But you know, what does it say of the wicked nation? It says that if they will repent and hear his voice and turn from their sins, that he will heal their land. And it says that if people obey the law of God, which is summed up in not only loving God, but then loving your neighbor as yourself. That's what we forgot to do in America.
That's why we were here.
I know, and that's...
Don't greater love than the person who gives their life for their fellow man.
You're right, and that's why Ammon was there. That's why you all were there. That's why all the patriots were there.
Exactly.
And that message, you know what, though, Sandy, that message is out, and people are understanding that, and that message is getting out, and people more and more, I know it's slow. It's always slow. God doesn't move at our pace.
We're going to lose our rights so that other people can fight for theirs. Just want America to know that. As we go to jail and we lose our rights, it's for the people. So they better stand. They better take advantage of this opportunity.
You're right.
They're going to lose it forever, and it's going to be Nazi Germany, as it already is becoming.
We've lost liberty because we failed, but God help us. Maybe there's still an opportunity to stand. And it's important that people know, look, remember this, even when you're abused by people, no one can ever take your rights because God gave you those rights, not the Constitution. And sometimes we're in duress, and sometimes we're even in chains, but no one can ever take our rights. And God always brings justice, even if it's not exactly in our timeline. But listen, it's not like we're going to get off here and the whole world's just going to and look, we don't even know, you know, maybe they can negotiate something out. We know that the FBI's lost our trust. And if the FBI wants a peaceful resolution, you know, we have to ask, why would they prevent Franklin Graham? Why would they prevent Michelle Fiore from coming? But maybe they're changing their heart on that because it seems like they're backing down.
I just talked with Bill, one of the FBI agents, on the blowhorn.
Okay.
And I told him that we would wait till Reverend Graham and Michelle got here in the morning. He said they'll meet us at the checkpoint. We're going to take our personal weapons and put them in our own vehicles.
Okay.
We have to make sure that they're cleared and safe. Leave the keys on the seat. They will inventory all our stuff, and we'll get that back at a later date. And then we have to walk to them with our hands raised, no weapons. I told them we're going to be carrying American flags.
Okay.
And I also told them that if they throw my wife to the ground by her hair and harm her in any way, I will come unglued, and it'll change the whole situation.
Right.
And they assured me they won't do that. They'll treat us with respect.
We want the media there.
Well, maybe you could go one at a time too, and then you can keep an eye on each other.
Yes.
We gotta have the media.
We gotta have the media at that checkpoint.
Witnesses.
Right. And so are they saying they're going to back off for the night and then you're going to meet at the checkpoint?
They're not leaving, but they said they won't escalate and they won't do anything.
And are they going to let Franklin and Michelle in?
They're going to meet us at the checkpoint.
Okay. You know, I mean,
we still have 2 vehicles in the back field that I asked them to remove. They sat there for a while. They finally stopped, but they shut their lights off. And I said, we need to see them with their lights on drive back out of there because that threatens me that they're behind us.
Right.
He said he's working on that.
Okay, yeah, and they need to show a good faith. I mean, the FBI, the federal government here has been lying and lying and lying, and we know they're liars and we know they're wicked, but you know, God can still turn it to righteousness, and they need to show a show of good faith.
Absolutely.
We've been praying for them this whole time.
Right. We need to love our enemies, but that doesn't mean that as a nation we don't stand up to them either, because there's this false idea of love out there from the professing church who should be standing for righteousness. They should be loving their neighbor, but they aren't. And they're saying, oh, love is just fluffy duffy. Come to our church. Love is what you guys showed down there. It's what Ammon showed. It's what you guys are showing to the American people right now. It's a willingness to love your neighbor as yourself, to lay down your life for your neighbor if need be. It's a willingness to sacrifice for the liberty of future generations. That's love, and that's what Jesus did too.
Exactly. I wish there were more of us like that here, standing right here.
Well, my wife lost her job now, I'm sure, because she couldn't go back to it. And, we have bills to pay, so we're going to lose everything.
Well,
we gave everything for this country.
And the Hammonds are still in prison for it.
Yeah, they're still in prison, but we're gonna work at getting them out too. And the message, look, and it's been a struggle out here because Ammon's been mostly disconnected. They took everybody at once, but it is changing. We kept up the message. Ammon's words are getting out. They might arrest you guys. I mean, I'm not going to pretend. I'm not going to play politician with you. I have the same fears you do. I'm not a politician, and we're in this bad situation. But the message gets out, and even if they take you to jail, the message can still get out. And let me tell you right now, people aren't going to forget you. They're not going to ignore you. But if you feel ignored or forgotten ever, if you're in jail, if you haven't been let out right away, you get a hold of me, and I'll help you.
If they'll let us have a phone call.
Yeah, they didn't let Shauna get a phone call out, and her husband had a heart attack.
I know.
Because he was so worried sick about her. He knew that everything went down, but it was, 3 days? 3 days or something before she was ever allowed to have a phone call.
Right.
And her husband, in the meantime, was so stressed out he had a heart attack.
I know, it's hard, but now, look, I mean, there's going to be people, the world's going to be watching, that they're not just going to haul you away into the darkness. And just like there was a massive outcry yesterday to get these patriots out of solitary confinement because it was ridiculous and abusive. All these jails are abusive. The whole justice system is broken, but there was progress. God still did act on our behalf. And so it's the message isn't lost. Look, here's a message. I got a letter from Ammon. Okay, here's a word from Ammon about being in jail, and I think it would resonate well with you guys. He says, Melina says she received a letter from Ammon, and he says he's speaking of how God is using him in jail for the cause, and it's not in vain. He's not in jail in vain. And it's not like the message is being silenced just because he's in jail. And we can't wait to get him out of jail, to get all of them out of jail. Being in jail stinks, and it's abusive. But Ammon knows that the message can still go out. And if we have to die for liberty, we die for liberty, and we do so with our head held high. But if it's not time, we always want to be peaceful and wise. And just because patriots need to know, and this has happened all through history in the Bible in early America, just because you go to jail doesn't mean you lose.
We'll see.
We'll see if we ever get out of there.
Well, Ammon's in there, and he's still positive. I don't know if you guys have heard his audios. Yeah, it's frustrating for him. But even then,
he's still there, and he's being persecuted while he's there.
He
shouldn't even be there.
I know. I fully agree. And because of that, the problem is due process has been... you were talking earlier about the courts, and let's not play politics about it. The courts have been wiped out in terms of due process, but the voice of the people can still resonate, and it still has an effect. And so, yes, the courts, the jails, the justice system, all the way to the Supreme Court, it's corrupted. And for the most part, the rule of law is gone in our courts, and people need to recognize that. It's important they know that, but that doesn't mean they just get away with abusing people however they want, because there's a lot of people watching. And so even though what I've learned about these tyrants, even though they're lawless, they're afraid too. And so even though they abuse, they're also careful in certain areas because they don't want to lose the message either, and they don't want to push people too far. And what's happening is they're pushing and pushing and pushing, and it's affecting people in this nation because of what people like you guys are doing.
And if we die,
when do they get their trial in court? When do they get to stand in front of the courts?
Here's a story. when I was arrested about a year ago in a courtroom for standing up to a judge because she refused due process and to follow the Constitution. And they dragged me and my dad, Grant, out of that courtroom, and they hauled us off to jail. And I remember during the course of their shenanigans of the kangaroo court down in Douglas County, I went up to the prosecutor's office in Waterville, and because I was thinking, all right, these people are wicked, they're lawless. And I charged into the prosecutor's office, not with a gun or anything, not threateningly, but they were freaking out because, I wasn't supposed to be in there, and he was calling the sheriff, and I started reading to him out of Proverbs about the 6 things God hates, the abuse of the wicked, those that shed innocent blood. And I said, you, sir, are accused of corruption in the court of heaven, and you will stand to answer for it. And if you go back to the founding of this country, men like John Locke taught, he said, these are the rules of law, and sometimes they fail us, but there's always the appeal to heaven.
Right.
Okay, so we're trying to get Michelle back in, and so I'm watching for her. But what they've done out here to us is, it looks like the FBI put my phone number out, and so they're ringing the phones off the hook, and I have to be really careful.
The word's getting out, Ben.
Oh, the word's getting out. I mean, look, it was on Drudge Report, it was on Fox News, it was on Newsmax, it was on CBS. I mean, they were calling Nathan in here, who was running the phones for me, and my family's been in here helping too, and they were trying to.
Thank them for us.
They're right here. They hear you. So.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Where was Fox News and all these other ones when all this was happening?
They were busy whoring for a corrupt government.
Exactly.
But we still set the example. We still set the example of peace. We don't hate. We show love.
And see, that was the whole thing. When this all started, they were talking about armed occupiers and militia and all this stuff. Yes, we had our Second Amendment rights with us, which my husband and I, we carry our weapons with us no matter where we go. We always have them. But nobody got hurt. Right. Until Lavoie was killed. They demonized us, and they were waiting for a bloodbath. Well, when everything went down after Lavoie, the bloodbath opportunity was over, so they all left. And now they're probably all back because there's an opportunity here that, these people might get killed, and it might be a really good story. Yeah, and the thing is, though, but here's the beauty of this. You guys called me earlier. I put out videos last week when David left a message. We've been putting out, the Bundy Ranch has been putting out lots of videos. The message is getting out without the media. In America, the patriots, the principled, we need to recognize that when our message is peace and liberty, even though the media is not, we just need to be the news media. We don't need a corrupt news media. And if they want to carry the message, if they want to spread the word, that's fine. If they want to get on board so that they can preserve the liberty of their children, we welcome them anytime. But we don't need a corrupt news media to carry the message. They don't even realize how they're destroying it for America and their children and their children's children. We had reporters in here that wanted to do news stories on us, but because they didn't use the words militia or armed, their editors killed the stories. Right, because they wanted to portray the people on the refuge as violent men, when in reality they were peaceful men, and the government was the one. In all cases whatsoever, the government instigated the violence. And look, I mean, Sandy, this is nothing new. I just was working on a video. I hear from Jeff Winehouse and Schaefer Cox from prison. Jeff Winehouse is another patriot that they tried to assassinate the FBI a few years ago, and they gunned him down. And when he didn't die, instead of the FBI and state police being prosecuted, they sent him to prison and convicted him, even though he did nothing. He never drew a gun, nothing. And there's even a video of it. But here's the thing. He calls me, and his voice even gets out from prison. Yeah, he has his frustrating days, but he calls me almost every week, and he prays with me. And I help, and I work on things to try and get the message out and expose his case. There's other people like Schaefer Cox. There's Schuyler Barbeau over in Washington. There's James Fair up in Okanagan. There's patriots all over the place that are being abused by an unjust justice system. But there's more and more people recognizing that abuse and saying we have to do something about it. Good. Hey, now, hey, Sandy, if I go silent for just a minute, it's because I'm trying to merge Michelle back in. We're having a hard time getting her in here. But as soon as we, if I'm gone for more than 30 seconds, then try and call back. But if it's just for a few seconds, I'm probably just trying to patch her in. Okay, can I read you something before you do that?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, the definition of a militant: having or showing a desire or willingness to use strong or extreme and sometimes forceful methods to achieve something. A disposition to dominate, often in disregard to others' rights.
Right. Which is not what you're doing.
Which is not what we're doing. Here's the definition of a patriot: one who loves and defends his or her country.
Right.
Modern day USA describes someone that refers to themselves as a constitutionalist.
Right, which they label as a bad thing, but really it's someone saying, I believe in my neighbor's rights. I believe in loving my neighbor.
Exactly.
So, and that's the thing. I mean, that's the message of stopping this tyranny, stopping the war that's on rural America, the attack of government on liberty, and that's the people's job. The Constitution, remember, the framers set up the Constitution after much debate, and it was set up not as a way to grant us rights. It was the alarm that the wall of liberty has been breached. It was to remind us of our rights.
Yes, that we have rights, that we don't need licenses or concealed carry licenses and things like that, because that makes it sound like it's a privilege to have that, and it's not a privilege.
It's not a privilege. It's a right.
It's a God-given right.
You're absolutely right. You know, we had a rally here in Olympia. They tried to pass this ridiculous law called I-594 about a year ago, and me and some other patriots organized a rally. They made it a felony here in Washington State for us even to hand a gun to our friend, and we said, no, we're not going to have it. And so, you know, despite the fact that America doesn't stand up enough, people are starting to stand. So we organized this rally, and it wasn't a protest. We put 3,000 armed people on the Capitol in Olympia, on the Capitol grounds. We were, despite the fact of what they told us, we refused to get a permit for the event. We refused to get permission. We said, we're coming. 3,000 people came together. They violated that law and nullified it. They said, this is not law. We won't obey this law. And you know what? They were all peaceful. When it ended, they went home, and there wasn't so much as a piece of litter on the ground, because they were there to defend their children's rights and to make peace.
Correct. And that's what we were doing here. That's exactly what we were doing here. Only the problem is that they didn't give us time to clear out. When they killed the boy, everybody panicked and left the place just a disaster. So now they're going to come in, and they're going to accuse us of wrecking the place. And yet, while we were here, they were cleaning up rat turds and mess that the BLM didn't even care about the artifacts. Cleaned up the buildings. They had explosives next to heaters. You know, how is that safe?
Well, and then they pretended like the patriots who were there making peace and cleaning up the place and trying to restore the land to beneficial use, like Ammon talked about. They pretended that they were the ones messing things up, and in reality, the ones who hadn't been caring for the land was the government.
Yeah.
Okay, now listen.
Kevin?
Yes, go ahead.
This is Sean.
Sean.
I talked with Bill, the FBI guy from the Bullhorn. He said Michelle would be here tonight and asked if we were willing to meet with her.
Good.
I said I would meet with her if she was able to come in here, but we wanted to wait till tomorrow when Reverend Graham was here to turn ourselves in.
Right.
And then we'll be in both at the checkpoint.
Okay.
What we're going to ask for, as they said they wouldn't escalate anything and they'd wait till then, so what we're going to probably ask for is to go back to our tent where it's warm and hold the night up there.
Right.
And I just hope that they keep their word. We'll keep our word, and we'll clear this up in the morning. So I would like to hear from Michelle. Is she supposed to call back in?
Yeah, could you hold on? What they've done is they put my number out publicly so that my phone's getting spammed, but I'm going to try and add her back in now. So listen, I'm going to go silent for a minute to try and get her. If the call drops, call me back, because I'm having a hard time getting through to you guys. So just hold on a minute, but if I disconnect, you can ring back.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so here we go. Let me see if I can get through to her here. Okay, I'm going to call her now, so just bear with me. Michelle?
Hello?
Michelle?
Yeah.
All right, let me try and merge it. Hang on, I got you. I still got them.
Okay.
Okay, are you both there? I got Michelle, guys. Sean, I got Michelle.
Yeah, I got him. Are you guys there?
Yes.
Okay.
Michelle, this is Sean.
Hi, Sean.
I talked with Bill, the FBI guy, and we've agreed to meet with you and Reverend Graham in the morning, probably 8 o'clock, and we're going to turn ourselves in. We're not surrendering, we're just turning ourselves in.
No, what did I say? We've got a new battleground.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
New battleground. So,
but
let's just
I want you to know that it's going against everything we believe in, but we're going to do it. And we're going to leave our weapons, our personal weapons, in our own personal vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to leave them unlocked and leave the keys on the seat because they got to go through that and inventory everything. I don't know if we'll ever get them back, but you know, we have our own vehicles here, so we have our possessions in there.
Okay.
And then we're going to walk one after another with the flag and turn ourselves in and meet you and Reverend Graham at the checkpoint.
Okay. Okay. You know what, Sean? I have to tell you, and I promise you, and we're on live stream. So one thing that you'll learn about me is a promise made is a promise kept. I
appreciate that.
Period. I promise you that I will see all of our American patriots through this, and we will definitely. And I have to also just tell you, and we're live stream. Do you know you have definitely put a call to action? There are all of the legislators that stand with you from your state, from many states. So we got Arizona and Idaho and Washington and Nevada and Wyoming. They're all coming there. We're all meeting there in Burns tonight. We are all coming to you. So understand, you have elected officials that are listening to this movement, to the United States Constitution. So I want you to know what you've done. You have done good, Sean. You and Jeff and Dave and Sandy, you guys are making history tonight, and know that.
Well, that's
know that. Yeah.
You know which representatives are coming from Idaho?
Yeah, it's Judy, it's Heather, and another. I'm on the phone, so I can't open the phone with the text with the names, but these are your people, and so I just want to let you know that this live stream was just brilliant, David Fry, and with Americans watching and understanding, and we're going to basically ask America to stand with us to stop the overreaching federal government, and you guys did it. I want you to understand, you four in that refuge have something to be very proud about of what and the civil disobedience and free speech, and what you guys have accomplished is amazing. So let's just keep it. Let's just keep it as what you've just told me, and I just have to tell you, I'm with you. Okay. So how are you guys hungry? Did you eat? What are you doing?
Well, I'm going to let the FBI know that we're going to go back to our tent so we can stay warm for the night.
Okay.
And we're going to have our weapons just to keep everyone honest.
Okay. I know an armed society is a polite society. I understand.
And then in the morning, we'll, once we get word that you and Reverend are at the checkpoint, we will proceed with our surrender.
Okay. And I am here. Okay. I am here. So just know that, and know that you're winning the hearts across America, Sean.
Well, I hope so, and I hope that we don't just get thrown in jail and forgot about.
We won't let that happen.
Okay, so guess what? We are on live feed, and I, Assemblywoman Fiore, I can speak from the other Assemblywomen and men from Nevada, and the other Assembly members and that are coming out there. We will never let that happen. You have my word, and I know that your word is your bond, and my word is my bond. And this is what we're going to do together. And we'll fight tyranny together. And this is what the outcome of this is going to be. And you have something really proud. how to be.
How many people are on the live stream at this moment?
Just a moment, we'll find
out. We're looking.
Hang on, yeah, we got. It's been huge for hours. Right now, what is it? Maybe 41,000 right now. It's getting late, so it's dropped down a little bit, but it's still being watched.
Around 70.
Yeah, it got up to about 70,000 at the, live.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they all get to go to bed. And they all get to go to bed while we're standing for their freedom to do that.
And you know what? That's okay. But I want you guys to think about something. I want you to think about all of our military that are overseas and abroad that protect Americans and the stuff that they go through. And this is what you did. You stood your ground to protect the Constitution, and this is where we're going with it. And you're here, and basically you're fighting on a domestic level.
Exactly.
So and just know that people are watching and people hear you loud and clear.
Right.
We hope so.
Right.
Well, you got it, Sean, and I have to tell you, it was what you called this morning. It just made my day.
Well, I tried to call you sooner, but we got cut off, so we weren't able to do that. But thanks to I gotta let people know that these two gentlemen that are with us saved our lives because they've done so much for us. They stuck by me when I was the one with the felony. They risked their own lives and their futures. And I'm telling you, David he's probably going to get a job with the FBI because he outsmarted them at every turn. They need people like him. I'm telling you, he's a genius.
But you want to know something? You think about it. Remember that movie, Catch Me If You Can? I mean, that's exactly what happened. They basically, the FBI hired the guy.
Yeah. I mean, he did think that I was just like, wow.
Yeah. Shauna Cox has just spoken so highly of David Fry and all of his magical things that he does. She couldn't say enough about him. So it was. So I just I can't wait to see you guys.
All right.
Thank you, America, for sticking with us, and we'll see you all in the morning.
Can you get a hold of Billy Graham, or I'm sorry, Reverend Graham? Franklin?
Does Michelle have contact with him?
I'm not sure. I don't know if we still have the number in this phone or.
No, actually, I think the FBI had it.
He needs to, because the last he knew that we weren't going to give up, but that has changed, so he needs to know that the new situation. Take care of that for us.
Okay, so I think we lost Michelle again. We'll try and get her back. Well, no, she's still there. I don't know if we got her. Her signal might be failing a little bit.
All right, I think what I'm going to do is tell Bill we're going to go to the tent. We're going to round up our stuff. So if you guys would hang on and come with us, we'd appreciate that.
Sure. Should we stay on the line? Do you want to keep the live stream going?
Yes,
okay,
please.
Good. Excellent.
Give me a couple minutes here.
Okay, sounds good. We'll be here.
Hey, Bill, are you awake? We would like to go to our tent, check the night out so that we can be warm. We're also going to take our weapons for everybody on us. We'll see you in the morning. Is that okay? You guys, your word is you'll stand down and not come in there.
Roger, I can't hear you.
Can we ever find out about the vehicles in the field? I never saw it, but wait. Say again? I'm not sure I'm going. So nothing personal. Just gotta understand where we're at.
Oh, that pizza's coming.
We're still here, guys.
Okay, hold on. We're picking up our stuff and we're going to get to the tent.
Okay, so hey, just so you know, once you get settled there, we got a hold of Victoria. We couldn't patch her in, but I actually have an audio file she sent of them doing some singing for you guys, and she has a message for you. So once you get settled, we'll play that for you.
All right, give us about 3 minutes.
You got it.
Still there?
Yeah, we're here.
Sorry, I dropped you. Sorry.
Okay, hang on. I'm trying to add Michelle back in. Michelle?
Yes.
Okay, hang on. I'm patching you.
Okay.
Okay, Michelle. They're not really on. They're still here, but they're moving things around. They're trying to go get set up in camp so they can get settled.
Okay.
And then we have a message from Victoria Sharp, got an audio message through, and she's got a song for them for when they get settled to try and make them calm things down.
Good. Very well. Are you there?
Yeah, we're here.
I'm here. I'm here. He dropped the phone, so I didn't know if you were still there.
We still got you.
No, I'm here. Yep, we got you. We got you. Okay. So you guys kind of getting settled in and. Hold on, they're talking. Hold on, the FBI's talking to Sean. Hold on. Okay.
Okay, I thought you guys covered that. We've been out here for 2 weeks.
What are yeah, I got it. What are they doing? Oh. The FBI is letting us know that they're going to have people come in and relieve them throughout the night. And Sean told him, he goes, I thought you guys were tougher than that. We've been here for 2 weeks.
Well, they clock out at 5. And, we don't want to get any taxpayer overtime on those boys, so let them go home and let them go to sleep.
Exactly.
Yeah. And, they got a lot of gear on. It's heavy, so give them a break.
Well, they're sitting in warm vehicles.
Oh.
to get everything situated here, get it inside.
That's good. That's very, very good.
Okay, good. Michelle, people are still listening. Why don't you explain it? So you've talked to have you coordinated with the FBI? Why don't you tell them what's happening there?
You want me to tell them what happened with the FBI?
Or just tell the people listening. Just summarize. Have you been able to contact the FBI? Or are they agreeing on your end to let you guys be there for them?
Yes, absolutely. So Mike Arnold, who I'm driving Burns with right now, has spoken with the FBI. They have given us their word that they are going to stand down tonight. And in the morning, when you guys have agreed to come out, me and Graham will meet you at that point, and they have promised us that. And and they've promised us. We've put it out there on national news, and so I expect them to honor their promise.
And just in case the media doesn't show up, you're going to have your camera ready, Michelle.
I have an iPhone.
That'll work. That'll work.
Okay. I have an iPhone, and Mike has an iPhone, and does Ram have an iPhone?
Hey, think about this. Despite all their big fancy toys, nearly this entire message since the day Ammon and the Patriots went to restore people's property rights on the refuge, nearly the entire message has been carried by phones, people's mobiles in their pocket.
Yes, but you want to know what? Now that we've got quite a few folks listening, we have to figure out. We have to definitely figure out some kind of phone service where a cell tower can't shut it off.
Yeah, that's a problem. There's radios, but they can jam those too.
Yep.
But you know what? It's still getting out. So despite the fact we know they feel some pressure, otherwise they would have shut this off a long time ago.
They did shut us down, but David Fry, the wonderful genius that he
Great.
Oh yeah. No. Yeah. I was literally landing on the airplane when I finally got you guys, and so I didn't have anything but a black Sharpie to write a phone number down. And so, like when we were back in school, remember we used to write phone numbers on our hands? So with a black Sharpie, I have a 509 number written on my hand. So Mike Arnold just looked at my hand and he thought I had some Chinese tattoo on my hand with a black Sharpie of a phone number. So yeah. Yeah. And remember, before texting, don't forget we used to write notes in school and pass them. I guess it's on my age now, but
I remember those days too.
And there was always there. If you were in the woods, there was always the paper plate tacked to a tree.
Nice. Nice. So, goodness gracious. Thank you guys for praying all night with us. And thank you for being calm and letting God handle this really. And I think we did good. I think we did good.
Yeah, he can God, if we as a nation return to God and look to him and submit to and stand for what's right, he can overpower the wickedness.
I agree with that. I mean, this outcome tonight was the best we could have because it delayed our coffee. I mean, it made our coffee date sooner instead of Friday morning, but it's all kinds of good.
That's right. Sandy, are you guys settled, or are they still working away there?
We're almost done.
Right on.
We're getting our stuff situated. We're back inside. We got the heat on.
Nice. Very, very nice.
Okay, they have a message from Victoria when you're ready. Okay.
Okay, we're ready for the message.
All right. Hey, let me see if I can get that going. Let me tell me. I got a message from Victoria, so tell me if you hear her.
Hello, everyone. This is Victoria.
Are you able to hear?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and play the whole thing. I think it's a couple minutes long.
Hello, everyone. This is Victoria Sharp, and I'm with my family. We want to sing a song to you guys. We love you all. Stay calm and stay alive. We need your voices. So we're going to sing a song to you all now. Salvation, whom shall I fear? Whom shall I fear? The Lord is our strength, the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? Of whom shall I be afraid? When the wicked, even mine enemies and my foes, came upon me to eat up my flesh, they stumbled and fell. Though an host should encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. Though war should rise against me, in this will I be confident. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? Whom shall I fear? The Lord is our strength, the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? Of whom shall I be afraid?
Oh, you want to see?
The Lord is my light and my salvation.
Yeah, we're good.
Whom shall I fear?
We're not surrendering.
Whom shall I fear?
Well, basically, it's just basically a new battleground, guys.
Yeah.
She has a very angelic voice, Victoria.
Yeah, they're beautiful singers.
Yeah, they are.
Of whom shall I be afraid? Of whom shall I be afraid? Of whom shall I be afraid?
That's the amazing that she's alive after what she went through.
You know what? Again, and let's not forget, that was God's hand again. That was nothing short of a miracle. Nothing short of a miracle. Those Shauna and Victoria and Ryan.
From our Lord Jesus Christ, He gave Himself for our sins, that He might deliver us from this present evil world, according to the will of God and our Father, to whom be glory forever and ever.
Stuff we talked about
We
earlier.
love you all. We love you. We'll see you again. Stay safe. Stay alive. Stay calm. We're praying for you.
Did wrap it up with dolphin, but everything is in
You guys,
Chevy Cruise out here that now will be in our hands. So
did you guys get it?
Right. I think you guys are good. So,
Sandy,
are you there? Yes.
did you guys? Were you guys able to hear that?
yes,
Thank you. Very
beautiful.
angelic. That was beautiful. I
It's
can't
very beautiful.
wait to actually hear her live.
Oh, it'll bring tears to your eyes. It's powerful.
I bet.
All right, guys. So, what do you want to do? Are you wanting to stay on, or are you wanting to call it a night and try and conserve batteries, or what are you? What's your plan over there?
Yeah, we should probably do that.
You know what? Before we hang up, let's all circle and say a prayer, our nightly prayer.
And please stay by your phones in case something changes.
Right.
Oh, my phone. I'm here. So
Gavin, you want to lead us in prayer?
Yeah, I'll have my dad do it, actually. He's right here. So.
Okay.
All right.
Is everyone there? Shauna, is everyone there for prayer?
Jeff is kind of a loner. He likes to sit outside. Jeff, do you want to join us in prayer?
Night prayer?
We do thank you, Father, for the opportunity.
Just hang on a second.
1 second.
Okay.
Okay, no worries.
Okay, we're all here.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
We do thank you, Father, for the opportunity to gather together and call on your name, because these things are big. They're out of our proportion, out of our hands, and these people have stood up. They've abhorred evil, and they've loved that which is good. They put themselves on the line. They've shown great faith, Father. We pray that you would reward them for this and cause this nation to rise up and be encouraged and stand with people like them and them, Father, against the powers of darkness and evil. We pray, Father, that you give them peace that passes all understanding. We pray, Father, that we would get some people in office who have some backbone and some desire to do what your word says is just and right, because you are the God of justice and judgment. We ask, Father, your continuing help, because these people have a long way to go with this, and we pray that this country would stand up with them. In the name of Christ Jesus our Lord. Amen.
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 All right, so guys.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, that was great. Okay, so thank you guys for what you're doing, and I'm going to stay on here as long as you want until you're ready. But listen, is David there or Sean, or who do we have there?
All of us are here.
Okay, so what I'm going to do once we're off the live stream, I'm going to don't turn your phone off right away, because within 10 minutes or so, I'm going to call you again. And if I don't call you in 10 minutes or so, call me back, because what I'm going to do is I want to make sure you have a second number to reach me if need be. And maybe we can get you Michelle's direct line too, in case you need to get a hold of her, because if we put it out over this, it won't work. And I want to make sure you have a second contact me. If you want to call me in the morning and transmit what goes on in the morning, you can do that. So I'm going to give you a second line, because my phone line is blowing up so much that I may not be able to leave it on all night.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is we're going to get you some secondary numbers.
What time is Michelle going to be here?
Michelle?
I'll be there as early as you want me to be there. But I believe that the FBI has said, Mike, what time did the FBI say? 8 a.m. or 7 a.m.? The FBI says 8, but we'll be out there at 7 just in case.
Okay, that sounds great.
Yep.
Do you have to come to the? Well, I don't know where they want you to come. Probably to the checkpoint by the Narrows, which is a little short campground.
Okay.
I imagine they'll take us to Portland after that.
All right. Well, we're gonna either caravan or be with you, or whatever, however they prefer to ride with you in any transport vehicle. So
that would be awesome.
Yeah. So listen, I love you guys, and thank you for standing up. And thank you for doing what you're doing. So
thank you, and we're going to count on you now for strength and support.
Yep.
Right, just hang in there.
You have it.
Okay.
You have so many people besides myself. Let me tell you, I'm just one of many.
I want to thank you, man, because we're not even from your state, and what you're doing is a great thing for us.
Yep, well, that's all good. We're Americans. We're all Americans. And that's
absolutely.
What we have to realize. We're all Americans.
And hopefully in our lifetime we can be free Americans again.
You will see. You will be free. With conditions is the problem.
One day at a time. God can overcome that.
Let's get to the new battleground.
All right. So guys, I'm going to get you. What I'm going to do once we're done here is I'm going to call you back in a few minutes and have a pen and paper ready. We're going to get you a list of various numbers, including Victoria's. I'm going to give you a couple phones for me in case I can't stop the influx of calls on this one, so that there's an alternate one. Because what we don't want to happen is, as soon as we get off the line, I don't think they will. I think too many people are watching. But if the FBI starts doing shady things again, if they start lying again, then you can get in touch with me again. But I think they're going to stand off for tonight, and we can just trust God and let him watch over the situation. But that way you can call me in the morning, okay?
Yeah, we'll do that. Thank you. Good night, Michelle. Thank you so much. And good night.
Good night.
Everyone on the live stream that was there supporting us, we appreciate you. Thank you so much, and God bless each and every one of you.
Likewise.
Guys, sleep tonight.
Okay.
Gavin, thank you so much, too.
Hey, no problem, man. I'm glad I could do something. So we'll be here for you as much as we can be, and we'll make sure that the message continues.
Okay. We'll wait for your call.
Okay. I'll call you soon. We'll get a list for you so you can have it ready.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Michelle, are you good? Do you have any we're still live. Do you have anything else you want to say before we wrap up, Michelle?
No, I just have to say, Gavin, thank you for what you did with David, and thank you for, once again, it's because of our First Amendment right and that free speech and free press, I truly in my heart and soul believe why they're alive tonight.
Well, and thank you for coordinating with the legislators and stuff like that. We've got a lot of attention on this now, and it's not going to be as easy for them just to run these people over. So.
Yeah, thank you so much for your brain. I guess it's like, we always need the technology. People call it geeky, but what would we do without it?
Well, we use it to the best of our advantage, don't we? So, look, I'm going to make sure that they have, I'm not going to do anything on here because we don't want it to get out. My numbers, they've been putting out my number on the live stream. I think that somebody released it. But in any case, I'm going to make sure that they have your number so they can get a hold of you directly if they need to. And then I'm also going to get them an alternate number for me. And I would encourage you guys when you're there in the morning, hopefully Franklin Graham will be there too. And I'm sure the media will be there now that this has blown up so huge. But
Thank you.
But make sure we have coverage there in the morning and keep your camera handy.
Okay. So do I just call you, or are you calling me in the morning? How are we connecting?
Well, I don't know. I mean, if I don't know if they're going to see, I don't know what the cell signal's in and out down on those roads there. So whether or not we can live stream what's happening in the morning, I don't know. But if we can, we will. And if not, we'll rely on those of you that are there on the ground to record and observe and make sure nothing goes awry so that the world can see, even if it's not live. But if I can get a hold of them in the morning and get a live stream going, then I can patch you into it as well so that we can hear it from both sides of the line.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay. So I'll stay on this and we'll coordinate as much as possible. You just never know. It's kind of a miracle that we were able to get 4 hours of live stream audio from that place.
I'm telling you, that God of ours is pretty quick and handy, huh?
Yeah, he takes care of it when we follow him. All right, so I'll let you go, and I'm going to close down the live stream here in just a moment, but we'll talk soon.
Good night, America.
Likewise. Okay. So, hang on. Now look, hopefully, folks, they won't try and do anything. And we got the calls off now, so we're just going to keep on this. And my family's been here all night, and Nathan's here, and thank you all for spreading this and getting the message out. And we're gonna stay in touch with these guys, and we're not gonna let this go silent. And so keep an eye on this in the morning. We don't know exactly what the plan is, but keep praying. Let's get these guys out of there peacefully, and make sure that these guys don't terrorize them. And you can find, if you want to try and follow along, if something happens in the morning, you can find my page, Gavin Sign for Liberty, the Bundy Ranch page. Just search those on Facebook, and we'll post links there if things are happening in the morning, and keep you as up to date as we can, depending on what our contact is down there on the ground on the Oregon front. But you know what? Most of all, I mean, let's keep the principle and the peace and the values of this at the forefront. America needs to be praying. We need to be on our knees. We need to be in repentance. We need to be loving our neighbor. We need to be stepping up. And I think that message of peace went out far and wide tonight for what these brave men are doing down there. So keep it going. And I'm going to shut this down. You've been listening on here for plenty long enough, and we're going to keep an eye and keep in contact with those down in the refuge to make sure the FBI doesn't lie again. And hopefully they'll keep their word this time, and we're going to try and hold them to that. So anything else, Nathan?
No, we're good.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to close this down. You guys all take care.